What age did you become a personal trainer?
Well, when I was 68, do you want the story to it or not?
Yes, no, please give us the story.
Well, I joined the gym when I was 65 when I retired from work. And I used to like helping people. So if people were struggling, I used to sort of try and help them a bit. And then one of the gym manager were talking to me about becoming an instructor and said if you be qualified, they'll find you some work. I'm Graham Parrington. I was actually born up in Rochdale near Manchester. I've moved down to Nottingham. I met my wife on holiday. That's why I moved down here. I'm 77. I know it's hard to believe, but there you go.
What age did you become a personal trainer?
Well, when I was 68, do you want the story to it or not?
Yes, no, please give us the story.
Well, I joined the gym when I was 65 when I retired from work. And I used to like helping people. So if people were struggling, I used to sort of try and help them a bit. And then one of the gym manager were talking to me about becoming an instructor and said if you be qualified, they'll find you some work. So I went on a 2-week intensive course at the YMCA. Qualified mid-level 2 fitness instructor exam. It was quite amusing, if you want the story of this. All the other people who were on it were all in the sort of 1920s, perhaps even 30, and me. And the the instructor there said I was the oldest that's ever done the course. And we also did some personal testing of each other on the course, who tested us all. And when we came to doing the ab tests, I beat them all.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I did 58 sit-ups in a minute. And I said, what's it like being beaten by a pensioner? No, they really liked me and well like them. A really good group it was. It was really good.
So have you always been physically fit?
Well, I've been a truck driver for 44 years, which isn't the best thing for trying to keep fit. When I was young, I was brought up on a farm, and I worked on a farm till I was 21, and which is a good strength building base for anybody. I mean, when I was 14, I could pick 50 kilos up onto my shoulder. I could lift it up with one hand, but that's when you're that young and start showing off, don't you?
So do you think there's something there to being physically active in your youth and then not so physically active during your kind of midlife and then kind of picking it up later on? Do you think there's the fact that you were fit in your younger days, has kind of helped you become, so good at stuff like calisthenics now?
The driving jobs I've done, it's not your ordinary, what we call steering wheel attendance. It's actually physical work as well, because when I started, I was moving animal farm foods. It was on by hand, and then I got into moving bales of cotton, packing cases. So a lot of physical work involved with that. So everyone I've had, and then my formative truck driving years, I was moving abnormal loads. So with these, because of being abnormal, they're sort of various sizes, so they need chains on, straps, ropes, sheeting. So not just pulling a curtain, so it can quite a while. If you've got a low loader, then you're putting sleepers on, railway sleepers on, to sit better load on. So all that is physical work. And I mean, chains alone, when you're handling chains, you're throwing them over a load, passing them down. So it is quite physical work, yeah.
So it's kind of like you've built up this strength through your experiences in your youth and with your work. So, kind of almost jumping into personal training, there was kind of a almost like an intuitive or or an experience that you'd built up with how your body moves, right?
I think it is because a lot of the stuff you do, it's not just ordinary moving about. You're throwing, twisting, turning, dragging things about. It's it helps. Although I've never really thought about that. But when I retired, my wife said, "We'll get you a gym membership. That you can get properly fit." Although I've never been overweight, I've always luckily I've never been one for a fry up type of thing every day. I've never been reasonably careful with my diet, so I've never put a lot of weight on, which helped, I think. When I started the gym, I started to enjoy it. I'd like to start to feel of I can feel my muscles and feel that my body moving around much better. It was important to me that.
So was it ever well, apart from the kind of the physical strength that you've built up through through life with your work, was there ever a thought that you would get into personal training, or is it just
Never.
something that just it never okay.
I just thought, oh, I'll go to the gym and do bit of fitness. But
Mm,
I used to like um, because of my job, I never used to speak much with people, being away from home a lot. I quite
mm,
like the interplay with other people and the members. Of course, a lot
mm,
of older people there as well. And because I'm quite relatively strong, people look to
mm,
me for help if the instructors weren't there. And I took it from there and I got to enjoy it.
mm,
And that's when the gym manager could see I was enjoying what I was doing and
mm.
enjoy relating to other people as well. So that's when she suggested talk about personal training and training.
Okay. And this is going back almost 10 years ago now.
Yeah,
Are,
yeah,
you working at the gym? Are you working at the same gym?
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Been
okay.
through a word, she said, um, within a few weeks of passing it all, you've got to go run through a few hoops before they take you on.
Mm,
Obviously, get you signed up, etc. All the different courses to do in relation to health and safety of the site.
mm,
And I've been working there ever since, on and off. And then a few years ago, one of the gym managers said, we'd like you to devise a class. You see, now you're because at the gym, if you're on shift, whatever class it is, you take it. So I've taken all different climbs, watt bikes, lift class, cardio, HIIT, whatever. Um, and I really like doing core work. I think it's very important, especially as you get older. So I devised a class. I called it Abtastic, obviously. And it was very well attended, very popular, just once a week. And then another gym manager, as time went on, she'd seen me training and she tried some of the stuff that I do and found out she couldn't do it. And she was fit, ex-army. And she said, I'd really like you to do a class incorporating some of the things you do, not just as hard, but do it as a personal training group so you can monitor what people do. So I started that doing twice a week. And then it was very popular. People couldn't get on it. They're all trying to get on it. They were booking up the week before, as soon as it became available. So I started another class. And while I've been doing it, I've even had some of I've had a world champion kayaker. Uh, she's come and try some of my classes as well.
mm-hmm,
And they found out that what I do isn't easy at all.
mm,
And some of the Olympic athletes have tried bits of it just to see
yeah.
what it's like. So, of course, my club
Wow.
love that when they come, oh, world champion, etc., etc. So,
So if it wasn't for the gym managers at your gym, Like you may not be into you may not be a personal trainer now, right?
No, I could have just been I've been gym member, just doing
Yeah.
my own thing. But what got me into calisthenics, although I had just qualified then, but
Hmm.
I saw a guy from the School of Calisthenics doing a move in a magazine.
Hmm.
Whoa, that looks cool. I'm having a go at that. And
Yeah.
then, by chance, there was a workshop going on nearby. So I went to that and I thought, oh, I like this. And that's how I got into it.
Brilliant. And what have your achievements been? I mean, I know that you're often invited to lots of calisthenics meets, but could you give us a kind of a brief on your achievements, like a rundown of, some of the movements that you can do, to some of the events that you've entered?
Yep. So, well, I've made the finals of the National Fitness Awards twice in relation to my classes, and that's not easy. I've made the finals. I've been down to the presentation. Oh, I didn't make the. I didn't actually win it, but I was a finalist, which is quite a big thing apparently. Um, and then the United Kingdom Calisthenics, they started doing competitions, and last year I entered one in Portugal in the Algarve, which somebody told me about. So my two of us went over. I entered that, and I became second place. That was in the sort of the amateurs, not in the elite competition. And then I've been in my two other competitions, the Highland Games, Calisthenic Games last year. Just signed up for them again. I got a third place in the regional championships for the Midlands. Bear in mind, there's no age groups on these, none at all. I think the nearest one was probably in the 30s. Or there's one that might have just made 40, I think, competing. You can imagine most of them. I do usually get the big round of applause. Um, yeah, and I've done one or two other presentations. I've done the Fit Expo. I've done the Arnolds, um,
Hmm.
which I've been invited to when they started. That was the Calisthenic group, and they usually people want to come and have the picture taken with me for some reason. I don't know.
For some reason.
That's the exhibition stuff. So I'm usually
Yeah.
for 2 or 3 days if that's on, which is great.
Okay.
Great fun.
All right. So you're being very humble there by saying that, for some reason people want to take pictures of me. But when you go to these events, like, you must stand out for your age. Um and being a PT, being somebody that's into fitness, I guess your social group is quite young. Must be quite full of young people.
Yeah,
Um like how do you feel about that? How do you feel about having, much younger people in your social circle, in your work circle?
I think what they tell me is that I inspire them,
Mm.
saying that, and also people who are slightly older, they said the same as well. So it
Hmm.
shows that one of the popular things to say is age is just a number,
Mm.
which is true. But yeah, a lot of the younger people. I was at a community event 2 weeks ago in Birmingham,
Yeah.
and a lot of the younger guys, well, they wanted to show him some things. So I showed him some moves, what I could do. Um, when they show him exercises to get to that, progressions. Because with
Yeah.
calisthenics, it's all regression, progression. So
Mm.
in my classes that I do, it's not full calisthenics because it's not a calisthenic gym.
Hmm.
But I have my own rings and things like that. And even older people, I said, don't worry, there's different ways to do these things. I'm not going to
Hmm.
do what I do
Mm.
because it isn't easy.
Mm.
But I do have some older guys who can do pull-ups now who couldn't do them when they started.
Oh.
And, oh, it's nice. I had a young girl. She was 16 or 17, I think, and she came to my class. She said, had a younger brother who could do pull-ups, and he kept bragging to me, well, I can do pull-ups and you can't. So I said, right, we'll get you one. And when she got her first pull-up, she was so excited. It was really nice to see. And she went on holiday not long afterwards. She sent me a video of them doing pull-ups on the beach, which was nice. So, although she's now at university, I have seen her since because of, I was in town with my wife at the bus stop, and all of a sudden there were shouts came running over, Graham, Graham, with a friend, and they said, this is when we've got to do a pull-up. So it's a big thing. Just shows what you can achieve.
Yeah. And I guess that must be, that must be motivation for you. All the feedback that you're getting must be fuel.
It is, yeah. And like I do my classes, oh, thanks a lot, Graham. That was really good. I enjoyed that, etc., etc. I'll take feedback as well. It's important. It's no good giving, well, in any gym session, where it's just ordinary class, you need feedback. It's no good giving them things that they're going to do and they're not going to enjoy. You've got to find the balance between pushing yourself and doing something that you can do. Even just it's a different version of it. Even like doing push-ups against the wall or on the bench, all regression.
Brilliant. Um, look, like, I see some of these moves that you do on your socials, and your whole energy, the whole vibe of you, the whole vibe of your page is, somebody that's very happy and very
Oh,
passionate about what they're
I
doing.
love it.
Um, and with a lot of the kind of the research that I've been doing into, people that find their passion later on in life, um, there's a misconception that people design their life, they plan everything down to a T. But in your case, like, you didn't plan becoming a personal trainer.
No,
This is something that just happened, right?
no, exactly.
Um,
I've
uh,
never even given that a thought. Never a thought.
so, I mean, in that respect, what advice would you give to people that are, say, in their 30s and 40s, who feel like they're floating, who haven't really found their thing? Um, what advice would you give in that respect?
I would think explore all opportunities. Don't close your mind. The
Hmm.
worst thing you can do is, and don't ever say, "Oh, I can't do that." Because like with training people, if they say, "Oh, I can't do that," a heavy lift, I said, you're not going to do that now. You've got to think to yourself, "I can do that. I'm going to do the best I can. I'm going to try to do that." Once you've got a defeatist attitude, you're not going to get anywhere. You need to try, and it's not always easy with today, but try and be positive, even if it's only a small thing. And have dreams. At that age, you think, I know it tends to be work focus, family focus. I've been there. I've got 4 children, 7 grandchildren. I know exactly what's involved. I've worked 14, 15 hours a day, 6 days a week. Been away from home, so I know everything there is. But once you get the chance, and if you have time, try and do something. Even if it's just going out walking, get some fresh air, around the streets, get some exercise. Do not just sit and mope. Try and move it. Very important.
Given that you've had, quite like I would say, in inverted commas, a tough life in terms of your work, and the hours that you've had to put in, and you've had to kind of put food on the table for the kids and
Correct.
everything.
Yeah.
Would you say that at this stage of your life that you are, not wanting to put words into your mouth, but would you say at this stage of your life that you are happier than you've been?
Yes. I mean, I was happy with the children, etc., etc. But you've still got all that worry. I mean, I've never had a job where I was paid. If I didn't work, I didn't get paid.
Mm.
So I've had to work. So I've made sure I've made myself strong mentally in that respect.
Hmm.
Very rare for me to. The only time I've ever had off is I had quarter ton fell on me, smashed my leg, and I was off it then, obviously, and one or two other injuries. But you've just got to go on with it. I mean, yeah, it's important. I mean, now I'm enjoying the fruits of all the hard work I have done. Enjoying life. We go on holidays. Bear in mind, another important thing for younger people is when I was 35, 40, I decided I'm going to start a private pension because the job didn't have a pension. And now I'm starting to enjoy some of that. I made sure I put money into it regularly. It wasn't a large amount, it was a regular amount. And when I had chance, I built it up. So basically, if I had a pay rise, which we used to do occasionally in those days, uh, the difference I put into my private pension. So the younger they start these days, the better it is. I know they do have firms do have automatic enrolment, but there are no hours working. But if you've got that security behind you when you retire, give you a chance to enjoy things a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like, I mean, for selfish reasons, one of the reasons why I'm putting together this whole podcast project is because I'm not 100% sure that I found my lane in respect of being able to fund my life, look after my family, and all of that. I'm very kind of passion led and passion driven, and perhaps in some people's views, naively, I'm thinking that that will be where I kind of make things work by following my passion and pushing through. Um, so talking of passion, like so you have this passion for calisthenics, passion for fitness.
Yeah.
Um, if the cliched question, if you could go back in time, would you have changed anything? Would you have gone into a fitness career much earlier?
Hmm. Good question. Um, thing is with fitness, as you know, it's not very well
Mm,
paid.
mm,
And when you've got a family, mortgage, etc., etc., I mean, going back quite a few years, I was on good money, but I was putting a
mm,
lot of hours in to do that,
mhm,
and it wasn't just an ordinary job; it was abnormal loads.
mm,
You should got a good rate for that. I also bear in mind when I was younger, they haven't got the gyms now, like them then, like they have now. But, I'd like to have done a bit more, but I just never had the time. Away from home a few days, I would get home, usually late, something to eat, bit of TV, and then I had to be up early again the following morning for another early start. So it was never easy. In an ideal world, I would have loved to have done, but practically, it's not the same. I mean, if you could make a career out of personal training, you had enough people, a good group of people to train, possibly could make it. Then you're getting into the sort of semi self-employed. There's always a risk with that as well. But yeah, in an ideal world, if I think about it, I'd have enjoyed that. But
mhm.
it's not an ideal world.
Yeah, exactly. Um, so what are your so what that the term that everybody uses is nowadays is streams of income. What are your streams of income? Is it just purely as a personal trainer? Do you do sponsorship? Are you kind of like in the influencer realm? Does any of that kind of help kind of fund your going to events and just your lifestyle in general?
No, I wouldn't mind being sponsored by somebody. I've got a few.
Okay.
I've had a few free T-shirts off different fitness firms,
Okay.
Gravity Fitness and Physical,
Yes, yes.
um, and one or two others. I've got a few freebies, but
Yeah.
there's not that much money in it, to be honest.
Okay.
Fitness world.
Hmm.
unless you're an elite athlete. There's no way I'm an elite athlete. I'm more of the novelty athlete, really. But I have a good pension. My wife has a reasonable pension, and then I work at the gym, so I do my classes, which is a nice little income. Uh,
Mm,
so, and I mean, I don't live an exotic life.
mm,
I've got savings. So
mm,
we use that for going on our holidays and things like that. That's important
mm.
for both
Yeah.
of us. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I never have. Which I suppose that's a saving these days.
Mm, mm.
My wife drinks my share of wine, so
Okay. So the way you've gone about things is to be, in a way, cautious,
yeah,
and focusing on getting money, putting it into a pension so that you can eventually live your passion as you're doing now.
yeah.
Um, so for people like me who are like, I'm gonna make this passion thing work, like I should also have like something to kind of like fall back on would be your advice,
You
right?
need a safety net.
Yeah. Okay.
I think everybody should have one really, because you never know what's going to happen to you.
Mm,
So if you've got something to fall back on, then pursue your passion by all means.
hmm
You need a safeguard. Anything
hmm
you do, I think you need something there just in case things change, dynamics change, family life
hmm
changes. So
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. And talking of family life, what do your kids and grandkids think of your PTing and your calisthenics competitions?
Um, my children are quite amazed, but they know I do daft things anyway. Now, I'll give you an example um, from my granddaughter, Aoife. We'd gone out for a meal somewhere, and it was a family event. And she said, Grampy, come and please take me out to the playground, because there were these playgrounds outside. So it had a pole there, so I just shinned up the pole, just hands only to the top. And there's some other kids up there. One of them said, "Are you Spider Man?" And of course, my granddaughter Evie said, "No, that's just silly Grampy." So that's what they think. Occasionally, I see a pole, I'll whip up into a flag on it or something like that, and yeah, my family's just shake their heads at me now.
Do you inspire anyone in your family
um, well,
to kind of get into fitness? Or?
one of my daughters, she does long distance swimming,
Okay.
open water swimming, is really, really
Yeah.
determined.
Yeah.
Um, my son, he does bike riding, pedal bikes, mountain bike
hmm
riding, and occasionally goes to the gym.
Okay. Okay.
The others, occasional gym, but they'll be what they're own. They make their own decisions in life. I'm not going to put anything down the neck. I can give advice, but it's up to the person. It's no good telling somebody, "Oh, you must go to the gym." Not the right thing. You've got to do something with training. You need to do something you enjoy. Fun. That's why I do what I do. As far as I'm concerned, when I go to a competition or a meet, and with calisthenics, everybody supports everybody else. It's not all of this, "Oh, you did better than I did" type of thing. It's a big cheer and big support, and people will give tips, whatever, advice, and it's really a nice social thing to do.
Okay. So there's this common phrase of life begins at 40. What what are your thoughts on that phrase?
Well, to be honest, I've never really thought about age. It's never sort of, "Oh, you've got to this, it's this, it's got to." It's just me. I just do. I play my own furrow, and I just get on with life. I always have. It's never been. I know some people say, "Oh, I'll be 50, it's all downhill from here," right, etc. Etc. Rubbish. just go on, do what you can, keep as well and healthy as you can, and just go. I've never been one of these. Oh, when I get to 40, when I get to 50, I need to do this, or oh, I mean, just enjoy life. Just go for it. Don't um, sort of label yourself. Oh, I'm 50. Oh, I shouldn't be doing that now. I mean, people see me doing stuff. Oh, I'm old, is it? And of course, you seem amazed, but why? Why should you slow down as you get older? Just do something. It's I mean, I'm not Superman. I know I've got a good mum, right? But
Yes, mate.
you've got to enjoy what you do. That's the secret.
Okay, okay. And has that always been your view, or has that view changed over time? Has there been experiences in your life that have made you think like this?
I've always been a positive type of person, um, and I've been lucky in a way that the jobs I've done I've enjoyed. I think that
Mm,
I mean, must be nothing worse than going to a job and thinking, "Oh, here we go again," which
mm,
unfortunately a lot of people have to do.
mm,
It's like putting bread on the table, but I've been lucky. The jobs I've done, I've usually been quite good at them.
mm,
I seem to have an aptitude for certain things, and I've had the job where that's come into play.
mhm,
Some people are different. Some people, they get to an age and they give up. I think some people get to 50 and 60 and say, "Oh, I'm too old now." You see it on the buses sometimes. You see people, grey hair, all shuffled up, shoulders back, down. Smile. It doesn't cost anything.
mm,
And you
mm,
smile at somebody and say, "Hello, all right." The surprising feedback you do get off people. Same at the gym.
mhm,
I see people, "Hey, morning. Oh, hey, Graham." And something like that. And, "Oh, you're doing well there." Or like this morning when somebody came to my class and, "Oh, what have you done to your eyes?" I've got new eyelashes. You noticed? I said, "Yes." And her husband hadn't noticed, but she's got a holiday and she put new eyelashes and makeup on. So that's important as well. Notice people. I can usually tell. I'll say, "Oh, you've lost some weight, haven't you?" "Oh, can you tell?" And I usually can. Or some I'll say, "You just watch that Toby, it's getting a bit big." "Oh, yeah, I will." But you've never be nasty. Don't be nasty with people. Because if you're nasty with people, you become a nasty person. Try to be nice and positive with people. It's important.
Going back to your classes, like the people that you train, like what's the age range?
It ranges from 16, I think Wednesday night class had a 17-year-old, 18-year-old, and the others were, one was 60, one was 70,
Mm,
and which other one was, but they all get on with each other. And they all
okay.
say, and the thing is as well, I make sure they don't, "Oh yeah," they say, "Oh yeah, well done," and give somebody a round of applause. That's important
Yeah.
because some of the
Hmm.
skills I teach aren't easy. I know the exercises I give them are quite, can be quite tough or daunting. So,
Hmm.
like with pull-ups, we use bands if needed, and I'll make sure as well, which is important for all the people, that they've got the grip and the scapular movements correct as well.
Hmm.
They've got themselves in the correct place. If they have any issues with your elbows, I'll change the grip for them to make sure that it's not going to cause me any problem. And
Mm,
if you feel anything pain, stop.
mm,
Feel pain, there's something wrong, and work from that. But yeah, they all classes, they all mixes, different ages.
mhm,
Probably during the day class is probably older people, because some of them are retired. Um, quite a few retired people who like doing the classes because it's building the
mhm.
strength. As I tell them, it's important as you get older as well, having that balance. That's why
Yeah.
it's important to have a functional and strong core as well.
Mm. Have you, so, the kind of the usual, or the stereotypical image that we have of people in their 70s, and people that are going on into their 80s, is that they're quite frail. They are people that have a number of perhaps illnesses that they are dealing with.
Yeah.
um like, have you had any kind of illnesses, like major illnesses that you've dealt with? And like, how has your fitness helped you to perhaps recover from those things?
Well, I had, like I said, I had my knee smashed. But I was relatively young and I was about 50 then, and I recovered quite well from that. I've always been a determined person. The specialist said, "Oh, you might not be able to walk very well, or you might not drive again, or you might be able to squat again." And I thought, rubbish.
Hmm.
They put me in a physio class, and I showed them what I could do, and I did.
Hmm.
But since then, I've had prostate cancer. Um, and my younger brother had prostate cancer as well, but unfortunately, he died from it. No
Okay.
guarantees important. I still go for my PSA test every year, and I think the
Mm.
one I've just started, it was reading was 0.03, which is about
Mm.
zero. It's important for people because I had no symptoms.
Mm.
I just went for like the Wellman test, check up, and this well, your PSA is a bit high. We'll keep an eye on it. And it got to a point where we better see somebody. And he went
Mm.
down with the examination. There's no swelling at the prostate, so they had a biopsy, which is not very pleasant. And they
Mm.
found it
Mm.
cancerous. So yeah, I got
Okay.
over that, and then I had a hernia operation. I was on a trainer in the gym. It was
Mm.
quite funny. I went to the hospital um, for the operation pre-op thing. So they got this big book list out and said, "Right, have you had? No. Have you had? No. Are you taking this? No." That's the quickest way I've done it. 'Cause I didn't be taking the only things I do are eye drops because my mother has glaucoma. So
Mhm.
just keep an eye on the pressure. But I've just that
Mm.
one later, that's been fine. Um, yeah, so hernia operation. But basically that's been it, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So do you put down your physical fitness to the reason why you've recovered, quickly from
Yeah,
these things?
without a doubt. Because
Okay.
when I had my hernia operation, within a few weeks I was back at the gym, just doing
Mhm.
mobility work, core exercise, just gentle core, and then just do
Mm.
it again. So yeah, not a problem.
Okay. I read a book recently about late bloomers, people that find their lane later on in life, and one of the suggestions is that those people that do tend to be people that have a lot of energy. So when their peers are kind of getting old and wanting to rest all the time, they're still out there kind of pushing and looking for opportunities, meeting people. I mean, it sounds like that's been the case with you, like opportunities have kind of come to you
Yeah,
because you've been out there.
yeah. Well, that's exactly right because I think uh, 4 years ago, I think um, I've been doing some Instagram stuff, posting some stuff.
Mm.
There's a guy there who followed me um, from Canada Cam. He's also well into the UK calisthenics scene.
Mm.
And he sent me a message. He said, "Graham, we're doing the Arnolds this year, which is the United Calisthenic Group,
Mm.
and we'd like you to come and join
Mhm.
the team." I thought, whoa, meet Arnold, my hero.
Yeah.
I thought I can challenge him to something. Anyway, so I said, "Yeah, I'd love to. When is it?" So he gave me the dates. I thought, blimey, we're on holiday. He said,
Mm.
"Well, is there a chance you could change the holiday because we really want you to come and join the team?" So I had a discussion with my wife, and she said, "Ah, well, okay, it's a chance once in a lifetime. You'll be 5 minutes of fame." we'll go for it. So I changed it. I went down to Basingstoke Calisthenics, because that's where they were doing some training. And so we're having a run through with the program that we were doing for the exhibition for the annuals. And anyway, we went to that. So I went on the Friday. It was at the NEC, and stayed there for 2 nights with the guys. Whale of a time. There's a young lady there, Claire Calisthenics, who become the world champion. Anyway, she was one of the team. She really looked after me. And I did my stuff. And I got a monster round of applause when I did it.
Brilliant.
So a
Yeah.
few times, different things. But also, well, you know Lee, don't you? Calisthenics.
Yes. Yeah.
He was organising competition there for some of the elite athletes from abroad as well.
Mm.
He's been a good friend since then.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
And so I thought that was it. Anyway, the following year, I got, Graham, we want you again. And since then, I've done 2 Arnolds, and I'm also, I think, 4 Fit Expo exhibition stuff as well. So, stuff for their TGO gym, they supply the rig. And they're the ones who do all these outdoor rigs, you know, these setups.
Okay, yeah.
Really, really good thing to do. Really good kit. And so what they do, they built one for us, and I was actually the first one to try it at the NEC. But yeah, so it just shows that I'd never have thought that. And since then, I've done other things. Gravity Fitness wanted me to do some promotion stuff for them.
Okay.
That was good to do. And other people, and he sends me a few T-shirts every now and then when he remembers me. And that's so I used to give him a mention. It's really good, and I love the people as well. People come up to me, "Are you really at your age or whatever?" Yeah. And people asking me for advice all the time. I mean, I've been training, and people come to ask me questions, and there's a gym instructor in the office, but they'd rather come to me and ask me something. But
Talking of advice, like what you mentioned these competitions that you've been to. Could you just give us like a little rundown of the movements that you're known for doing?
well, probably the front lever. That's the big one, because that is, you might have tried it. It is very hard to do. That can actually
What is it?
a long while.
Describe the front lever for people that don't know what it is.
Basically, you hang from a bar and you take your body straight out in a straight line. So gravity is holding you out, so you're out like that. That's your legs, that's your body, and you're holding on to something. And so you've got to use your core, your lats, quite a combination of exercises and body parts to hold it. So this is a hard move. And in the competition, depending on whose it is, you've either got 30 seconds or 45 seconds to do your routine. So if you're doing a static, you've got to hold it for a minimum of 3 seconds. And you'd be surprised how many people don't think 3 seconds is 3 seconds. You've got to do it 0, 0, 1, 2, 3 to make sure that if you're short, you don't get the full point. But anyway, so I might do that, and then a front lever raise where you have to your body straight up, straight back down. Perhaps L6 from there, then flip over backwards into a skin the cat and into a back lever where your body's going the other way. The arms are behind your back and your body's out. And then there's you can do things on the parallel bars. You can do a Victorian where you hold onto the bars, take your legs out or one leg. Things on the parallettes like shoulder stand, I'll sit. And also with some of these moves, you can do it It's a progression, a regression, I mean. So you can do it with one leg. If you can't, not strong enough to hold the two, same with a Victorian, you can do one leg, or you can do take your legs out as a straddle, so it's left tension, but you will get less marks, but you still get a marks for that. And they're still not that easy.
Are there any moves that you're trying to get or trying to, like figure out now?
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
trying to work on a plunge,
Okay.
which is difficult to try and explain, but basically you're on your hands on the floor like a push up, you
Mm.
elevate your legs off the floor,
Hmm.
and I'm nowhere near it yet.
Yeah. So
So,
it's kind of like, to the uninitiated, it's kind of like a push up with your feet off the ground, right?
and holding it,
Yeah. Then holding it so that your body is parallel to the floor.
yeah.
Yeah. Your hands are kind of slightly, what
Yeah,
would you say,
yeah,
waist position?
yeah, so you can do your fingers splayed, or you can use parallettes. Where your arms are coming where your shoulders are coming right past, because you've got to go and find the centre of balance. So at the moment, I'm just working on plunged leans. The problem of being a truck driver all those years is my shoulder stability isn't that good. So I've got to really work. So I'm working on the plunged lean now, where it's like I said, a push up and taking your body right forward as far as you can go, your arms straight, so your feet sort of start to slide forward, try and hold that position. And also, you've got to get the traction on your shoulders, them right up to hold it, core on, tummy in. So quite a bit involved with it. It is.
Well, just the way you're describing it, you can see that the passion is just like oozing
Yeah,
out of you,
I'd
mate.
love to be able to do
Um,
that.
yeah, yeah. Same here. Same. I mean, the planche. I've been seeing people doing it for years, and I've never. Well, I'd say I've never really given it a strong try, but yeah, it just looks. Maybe I'm being silly. It just looks impossible to me. I have really long legs and a short torso,
It's all to
so
do
I'm
with
like,
lever. Yeah,
is what?
all
Say
to do
again?
with lever length.
Yes,
If
yeah,
you've
yeah,
got shorter
exactly.
legs, say with the front lever, back lever,
Yeah.
it's less weight going out, slightly
Yes.
easier.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
it's still not easy.
yeah. It's not easy. So talking of future moves, what does the future hold for you? Have you got are you somebody that plans, like a couple of years in advance? Are you somebody that's just going with the flow? Are there some goals that you want to achieve in the near future?
I'm just enjoying what I do. What I'm
Mm,
going to continue and do.
hmm.
Another planning we do is holidays.
Okay,
So
brilliant.
me
I
and
love that.
my lovely wife, who's one of my chief um, passion makers, she really
Yes,
supports me.
yes, nice.
That's one thing we like doing. We'll plan a holiday where we're going to go next. But of course,
Hmm.
we've got to plan it around competitions and events as well.
Okay,
So we've got this one. We're going to 2 weeks. We're going to the Algarve,
okay,
and also there they've got some really good outdoor gyms. So we'll be walking one day, training the next day,
mm,
walking one day, training the next day.
brilliant.
But I don't do my full training session because you get fed up with me. You might film me or train me or look on a tablet or something. But she's very good. She's very, very good. Very supportive.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, mate, kind of coming to the end of it now, like what would you I mean, is there anything that you want to kind of say to the audience? Is there any like last kind of words of advice that you'd want to give?
I would say, if you can, I know it's not easy, enjoy life. Try and enjoy what you do. Embrace life. You've only got one life. It's important to try and I know it's tough. It was tough when I was working. I know exactly what it is. I'm not spouting as though I'm wealthy or I've ever been wealthy, but try and make the most of what you've got and the opportunities that come. Cherish your family, the most important thing, and try and keep as healthy as you can. Even if it's just walking, that'll do the world of good. Even if you haven't got time for the gym, preferably go training, enjoy the gym, do a mixture of strength, cardio. But if you can't manage that or you can't afford it, because there's plenty of outdoor gyms, you can do train from home. When COVID was on, I had a gravity fitness pull-up frame, which I did a lot of training on. That really helped. And some parallels. So you don't need expensive kit. I mean, just enjoy what you do. Try and do something. And smile.
I like that. Nice one. Cheers, mate. You know, the common question people say at the end of these kind of interviews is like, how can people get hold of you online?
You can see my Instagram. It's CIJEY254. Or you can actually Google me. I didn't know about this till somebody told me. Oh, I Googled you. If you Google Graham Parrington Calisthenics, you get a few articles about me. So
Yeah, yeah. A few
really
articles, a
good.
few videos. Yeah, I've done that. I've done that. I had to do my research. So yeah. Ah, it's brilliant, Graham. Well, this has been awesome, mate. Thank you so much for your time.
Been a pleasure.
Um, I'm gonna I'm actually going on like a family getaway. We're not going abroad, we're just kind of rented out an Airbnb somewhere.
Oh,
So
nice.
I'm gonna be yeah, with the family for about a week or so. So there may be a couple of weeks before this goes up.
Yeah, no problem.
But when it does, I'll give you the heads up, I'll give you a shout.
That's special.
Um yeah, thanks a lot, mate.
Always a pleasure. Nice to
It's
meet
been
you.
brilliant. Enjoy the rest of your day. And yeah, as I said, if you can keep the app open for a little
I
bit, it
will.
just takes a little while
Yeah,
to
we'll
download.
get the kettle and
All
we'll
right.
have a cup of tea now.
Nice one. Nice one. All right. Cheers, mate.
Thanks a
Take
lot.
it easy.
Take care of him.
All the best. All right. Bye.
Bye bye now.